Have you ever felt a connection to something larger than yourself? Maybe, a sense of wonder when you look up at the star-filled night sky, or a feeling of peace deep within the quiet of a forest. This feeling is the doorway to the world of mysticism. It is the gentle whisper that reminds us there is more to reality than what we can see and touch. Mysticism is the personal and direct experience of this greater reality. It's not about complicated doctrines or rigid rules, but about your own unique journey of discovery. It's about finding the magic that exists in the everyday moments and recognizing that you are a part of a vast, interconnected universe that is alive with energy and possibility. Magic, in this context, is not about waving a wand and making things appear out of thin air like in fairy tales. It is the art and science of causing change to occur in conformity with will. This means using your intention, focus, and energy to shape your reality. It's a natural practice rooted in the understanding that our thoughts, emotions, and actions have power. Magic is the act of consciously working with the subtle energies of the universe to bring about positive transformation in your life and the world around you. It is a way of partnering with the cosmos, of learning its language, and of realizing your own innate ability to create the life you desire. This journey into magic begins with a simple but profound shift in perspective. It requires you to open your mind to the possibility that the world is enchanted. It asks you to listen to the quiet voice of your intuition and to trust the feelings that arise within you. When you start to see the world through a magical lens, you notice the synchronicities, the meaningful coincidences that guide you along your path. You see the changing seasons not just as a weather pattern, but as a powerful cycle of death and rebirth that mirrors your own life. You begin to understand that you are not just a passive observer of your life, but an active participant with the power to influence its course. Embracing this mystical path is an act of empowerment. It is about reclaiming a connection that has been a part of human experience since the very beginning. For centuries, people have looked to the moon, the earth, and the stars for guidance and strength. They have used rituals, herbs, and focused intention to heal, to protect, and to manifest their dreams. This ancient wisdom is still available to us today. It invites you to explore the depths of your own spirit, to connect with the natural world in a meaningful way, and to unlock the incredible potential that lies dormant within you. It is a beautiful, personal, and deeply fulfilling path to self-discovery and spiritual growth. Witchcraft is a practice as old as humanity itself, with roots reaching back to the earliest shamanic and nature-based spiritualities. In ancient times, those who practiced magic were often the healers, the midwives, and the wise ones of their communities. They understood the properties of herbs, the cycles of the moon, and the language of the earth. Their practices were deeply interwoven with the fabric of daily life, seen not as something supernatural, but as a natural way of interacting with the world. These early practitioners were respected for their knowledge and their ability to mediate between the human world and the world of spirit, ensuring balance and harmony for their people. The perception of witchcraft began to change dramatically over time, particularly with the rise of organized patriarchal religions. The image of the wise healer was slowly replaced by the dark and malevolent figure we often see in folklore. During the burning times in Europe and the Americas, fear and misunderstanding led to the persecution of countless individuals, mostly women, who were accused of witchcraft. This was a dark period in history that sought to sever the connection between people, especially women, and their innate spiritual power. The practice of earth-based spirituality was driven underground, forced into secrecy to survive the centuries of oppression and fear. The 20th century saw a powerful resurgence and reclaiming of the word witch. This revival, often associated with the development of Wicca by Gerald Gardner in the 1950s, brought the old ways back into the light. Modern witchcraft began to shed the layers of fear and misinformation that had clung to it for so long. People started to rediscover the beauty and power of a spiritual path that honors nature, celebrates the divine feminine, and empowers the individual. This modern movement is incredibly diverse. with many different traditions and solitary practitioners who each forge their own unique path, drawing from ancient wisdom while adapting it to the contemporary world. Today, witchcraft is understood by its practitioners as a life-affirming and empowering spiritual path. It is a far cry from the spooky caricatures of Halloween. A modern witch is someone who works with the energies of nature to improve their life and the lives of others. They are healers, artists, activists, and everyday people who seek a deeper connection with the divine, the earth, and their own inner selves. The evolution of witchcraft is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring power of a spirituality that sees the sacred in the world all around us and within us. At the very heart of all magical practice lies the beautiful and mysterious force of intuition. Think of intuition as your inner compass, a quiet but persistent voice that guides you toward your highest good. It is that gut feeling you get, the sudden flash of insight that seems to come from nowhere, or the sense of knowing something without being able to explain how. In a world that often prioritizes logic and reason above all else, learning to listen to and trust your intuition is a radical act of self-empowerment. For a witch, intuition is not just a fleeting feeling. It is a primary tool for navigating both the spiritual and the physical worlds. It is the language of your soul speaking directly to you. Developing your intuition is like strengthening a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger and more reliable it becomes. Practices like meditation, spending quiet time in nature, and journaling can help you tune out the noise of daily life and tune into your inner wisdom. Pay attention to your dreams, to the symbols that appear in your life, and to the feelings that arise in your body. When you are considering a decision, notice how your body reacts. Does it feel light and expansive or tight and constricted? This is your intuition communicating with you through physical sensation. Honoring these subtle cues is the first step in building a deep and trusting relationship with your inner guide. Hand in hand with intuition is the concept of energy. Witches understand that everything in the universe, from the stars in the sky to the thoughts in your head, is made of vibrating energy. Magic is the practice of consciously sensing, directing, and shaping this energy. When you perform a spell or a ritual, you are gathering energy, infusing it with a specific intention, and then releasing it into the universe to manifest your goal. This is why your emotional state is so important in magic. An intention charged with strong, positive emotions like love, joy, or gratitude will be far more powerful than one clouded by doubt or fear. Learning to work with energy begins with learning to feel it. You can start with a simple exercise. Rub your hands together briskly for a moment, then slowly pull them apart. Can you feel a tingling, a warmth, or a sense of pressure between your palms? That is your own life force energy, also known as chi or prana. You can practice directing this energy to a plant to help it grow, or sending it to a loved one who needs healing. By becoming sensitive to the flow of energy within and around you, you begin to understand the fundamental mechanics of magic and your own incredible power as a co-creator with the universe. Rituals are the sacred choreography of magic. They are structured, intentional actions designed to create a special state of consciousness and connect us with the divine. A ritual can be as simple as lighting a candle every morning while stating an intention, or as elaborate as a group ceremony celebrating a seasonal festival. The purpose of ritual is to step outside of ordinary time and enter a sacred space where the veil between worlds is thin. It helps to focus the mind, raise energy, and signal to the universe that you are engaging in a sacred act. Rituals provide a framework for our spiritual practice, giving it shape, meaning, and power. Spells, on the other hand, are the heart of a ritual's intention. A spell is a focused magical working aimed at achieving a specific outcome. It is essentially a prayer with a plan of action. Spells combine focused will, emotion, and symbolic actions to direct energy toward a goal. This might involve writing a desire on a piece of paper and burning it to release it to the universe, anointing a candle with oil to attract prosperity, or tying knots in a cord to bind a protective ward. The power of a spell comes not from the objects themselves, but from the energy and intention that you pour into them. They are a tangible way to interact with the unseen forces of the cosmos. The elements of nature, earth, air, fire, and water, are fundamental components of most rituals and spells. Each element holds a unique energy and symbolism. Earth represents stability, grounding, and abundance. Air is the element of intellect, communication, and new beginnings. Fire embodies passion, transformation, and willpower. Water governs our emotions, intuition, and healing. By incorporating symbols of these elements into your practice, such as a bowl of salt for earth, incense for air, a candle for fire, and a cup of water for water, you create a balanced and powerful magical space. You are calling upon the fundamental building blocks of the universe to support your work. Creating your own rituals and spells is a deeply personal and creative process. You do not need to follow ancient, complex scripts to practice effective magic. The most powerful magic is that which comes from your heart and resonates with your own spirit. Start with a clear intention. What is it that you wish to manifest or change? Choose symbols, colors, herbs, and actions that feel meaningful to you. As you perform your spell or ritual, allow yourself to fully feel the emotions associated with your goal already being achieved. This fusion of intention, action, and emotion is what truly weaves the web of magic, sending your desires out into the universe to take root and grow. The tarot is, a captivating deck of 78 cards, each one a rich tapestry of symbols, archetypes, and stories. Far more than just a simple fortune-telling tool, the tarot is really a mirror to the soul and a guide for personal and spiritual exploration. Its origins are somewhat mysterious, with its earliest known appearance in 15th century Italy as a card game. However, it was later embraced by mystics and esoteric orders who recognized its profound potential as a tool for divination and self-understanding. The tarot is like a book of wisdom in picture form, offering insights into our inner and outer worlds and helping us navigate the complexities of life's journey. The tarot deck is divided into two main parts, the major arcana and the minor arcana. The major arcana consists of 22 cards that represent the major life lessons, spiritual milestones, and archetypal themes we all encounter on our path. These cards, like the Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, and the World, tell the story of a soul's journey from innocence and new beginnings to integration and completion. When a major arcana card appears in a reading, it often points to significant, overarching energies or life-changing events that are at play. It asks you to pay close attention to the big picture of your life. The minor arcana, on the other hand, consists of 56 cards and reflects the more practical day-to-day aspects of our lives. These cards are divided into 4 suits, much like a regular playing card deck, which are typically wands, cups, swords, and pentacles. Each suit corresponds to one of the 4 elements and a specific area of human experience. Wands, representing fire, relate to passion, creativity, and action. Cups, which are water, deal with emotions, relationships, and intuition. Swords, connected to air, represent thoughts, challenges, and communication. And pentacles, symbolizing earth, are connected to our physical world, including finances, work, and health. These cards offer guidance on the specific situations and challenges we face daily. Learning to read the tarot is kind of like learning a new language, the language of symbols. It is a deeply intuitive practice. While knowing the traditional meanings of the cards is a helpful foundation, a truly insightful reading comes from the connection between the reader, the cards, and the person asking the question. The images on the cards are really designed to spark your intuition and evoke feelings and stories. A tarot reading doesn't predict a fixed, unchangeable future. Instead, it illuminates the energies that are currently present, offering clarity, perspective, and guidance so that you can make empowered choices and consciously create the path you wish to walk. Since the dawn of time, humanity has looked to the moon with a sense of awe and reverence. Its gentle silvery light has guided travelers in the dark, and its ever-changing phases have marked the passage of time. For witches and spiritual practitioners, the moon is more than just a satellite. It is a powerful cosmic ally. The moon governs the tides of the ocean and, in a similar way, it influences the subtle, watery tides of our own emotions and intuition. By understanding and aligning with the moon's cyclical rhythm, we can harness its potent magical energies to enhance our spells, rituals, and personal growth. The lunar cycle is a beautiful dance of darkness and light, consisting of distinct phases, each with its own unique energy. The new moon, when the sky is dark, is a time of quiet introspection, new beginnings, and setting intentions. It is the perfect moment to plant the seeds for what you wish to grow in your life. As the moon waxes or grows fuller, its energy builds. The waxing moon phase is ideal for magic related to growth, attraction, and bringing things into your life. The full moon is the peak of the cycle, a time of immense power, celebration, and manifestation. It is when intentions set on the new moon come to fruition, and it's a powerful time for healing and divination. Following the peak of the full moon, the moon begins to wane or decrease in size. The waning moon phase is a time for release, banishing, and letting go. This is the ideal time to perform magic, to remove obstacles, break bad habits, or release negative energy from your life. It is a period of cleansing and clearing out the old to make way for the new. Finally, the cycle returns to the dark moon, the few days just before the new moon, which is a time for deep rest, recuperation, and shadow work before a new cycle begins again. By timing your magical workings with these phases, you are flowing with the universal current rather than struggling against it. Connecting with the moon's energy can be a simple and beautiful practice. You can create moon water by leaving a jar of water out under the light of the full moon. Then use it to cleanse your tools, water your plants, or add to a ritual bath. You can simply sit outside and meditate under the moonlight, absorbing its energy and allowing it to clarify your thoughts and soothe your spirit. Keeping a moon journal to track your own moods and energy levels alongside the lunar phases can reveal fascinating patterns in your personal rhythm. Aligning with the moon helps you remember that you are part of a larger cosmic dance, connected to the cycles of nature and the universe. An altar is a physical focal point for your spiritual and magical practice. It is a dedicated sacred space, a place where you can connect with the divine, focus your intentions, and honor the things that are important to you. An altar doesn't need to be large or elaborate. It can be a small corner of a bookshelf, the top of a dresser, or even a decorated box that you can store away. What makes an altar sacred is not its size or its contents, but the intention and love that you pour into it. It is your personal piece of the world that is set apart from the mundane, a bridge between your inner world and the greater universe. Setting up an altar is a joyful and intuitive process. It often begins by representing the 4 classical elements, which creates a balanced, energetic space. You might place a candle in the south for fire, a bowl of water or a seashell in the west for water, a feather or incense in the east for air, and a crystal, a plant, or a bowl of salt in the north for earth. You can then add other items that are meaningful to you, statues or images of deities, guides, or ancestors, photos of loved ones, crystals and herbs that align with your current intentions, and your magical tools like a tarot deck or a wand. Your altar is a living, breathing space that should change and evolve along with you and the seasons. Beyond the altar, magic can be woven into the very fabric of your daily life. You don't need to wait for a full moon or a special occasion to practice your craft. Daily magic is about finding the sacred in the ordinary and infusing everyday actions with intention. Stir your morning coffee clockwise while thinking of things you want to draw into your day. As you clean your home, visualize yourself sweeping away not just dust, but also any stagnant or negative energy. Bless your food before you eat, thanking the earth and all the hands that brought it to you, infusing it with nourishment and vitality. These small, consistent acts of mindfulness create a powerful, magical life. This practice of daily magic helps to keep you grounded and connected to your spiritual path. It fosters a constant state of awareness and gratitude. When you look for opportunities to practice magic in your daily routine, you begin to see the world differently. A walk in the park becomes an opportunity to connect with nature spirits. A rainstorm becomes a chance for a powerful, energetic cleansing. By integrating your spirituality into your everyday life, you dissolve the boundary between the sacred and the mundane. You come to realize that all of life is a ritual, and every moment is an opportunity to create magic and live in a state of enchantment. Your spiritual journey is not one you have to walk alone. The universe provides a vast support system of unseen helpers, often referred to as spirit guides. These guides can be many things: highly evolved beings, angels, nature spirits, or simply energies that have agreed to assist you during this lifetime. Their role is not to live your life for you, but to offer guidance, protection, support, and wisdom. They communicate in subtle ways, through your intuition, in dreams, through synchronicities, or through the messages you receive from oracle cards or divination. Opening yourself to their presence can bring an incredible sense of comfort, clarity, and reassurance. Connecting with your spirit guides begins with the simple act of invitation. Find a quiet space where you will not be disturbed. You can light a candle or some incense to signal that you are entering a sacred time. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and state your intention clearly in your mind or out loud. You might say something like, "I open my heart and mind to the loving guidance of my spiritual helpers. I ask for your wisdom and support on my path." Don't try to force a connection. Simply sit in a state of peaceful, open receptivity. Pay attention to any feelings, images, or thoughts that arise without judgment. In addition to spirit guides, we all have a powerful connection to our ancestors. These are the people in our bloodline who came before us, the long chain of individuals whose lives made our own life possible. They hold a deep well of wisdom, strength, and resilience that we can tap into. Honoring your ancestors is a beautiful way to ground yourself in your personal history and draw upon their collective power. You can create an ancestor altar with photos or heirlooms, light a candle for them, or simply speak to them and thank them for the gift of your life. They want to see you thrive and can be powerful allies in your magical and spiritual work. Another form of spiritual allyship comes from the natural world through animal totems or spirit animals. These are animal spirits that embody certain qualities and energies that can offer us guidance and lessons. You may feel a lifelong affinity for a particular animal, or different animals may show up in your life at specific times to deliver a message. If you keep seeing owls, for example, it might be a call to look past illusions and trust your wisdom. A spider might be encouraging you to be creative and weave your own destiny. By paying attention to the animals that cross your path, both physically and symbolically, you can receive profound insights from the wild and wise spirit of nature. Ultimately, the path of witchcraft and personal spirituality is a journey of empowerment. It is the process of realizing that you are not a victim of circumstance, but a powerful creator who has the ability to shape your own reality. This doesn't mean you will never face challenges or hardships. Rather, it means that you have the tools, the wisdom, and the inner strength to navigate those challenges with grace and to learn the lessons they offer. Magic teaches you to take responsibility for your energy and your life. It encourages you to step into your full potential and to believe in your own innate ability to heal, to manifest, and to create a life filled with joy and purpose. This spiritual path also fosters a profound sense of connection. In a world that can often feel isolating, witchcraft reminds us that we are deeply interconnected with everything. You are connected to the earth beneath your feet, the moon and stars above, the cycles of the seasons and the web of all life. You are connected to the people in your community, your ancestors who came before you, and the guides who walk beside you. This understanding dissolves feelings of loneliness and replaces them with a sense of belonging. You realize that you are part of a vast, magical family and a living, breathing universe that supports you completely. Through practices like ritual, tarot, and energy work, you also build a deeper and more loving connection with yourself. This path encourages you to explore your inner world, to listen to your intuition, to honor your emotions, and to embrace all parts of who you are. It is a journey toward wholeness. It asks you to look at your light and your shadows, your strengths and your vulnerabilities, and to love and accept yourself unconditionally. This inner connection is the foundation upon which all true magic is built. When you are aligned with your authentic self, your ability to create positive change in your life and in the world expands exponentially. Embarking on a magical path is like coming home to yourself. It is a remembrance of the ancient wisdom that has always lived within your soul. It is a way of seeing the world with eyes of wonder and recognizing the sacred in every moment. Whether you are casting a spell, pulling a tarot card, or simply watching the sunset, you are engaging in a beautiful dance with the universe. This path empowers you to live a more conscious, intentional, and enchanted life, secure in the knowledge that you are a vital and beloved part of something much bigger than yourself. You are and always have been magic.